And I'm back. What's going on, people? Triple M back again with another video after what feels like an eternity. And honestly, I feel good to be back. I couldn't upload because I had no internet. And on top of that, there was power issues because of where we live. We have to deal with load shedding. I mean, we go up to 10 days, 10 hours, pardon me, a day without power right now because we're in stage 6 of load shedding. So yeah, it is what it is. You can't upload sometimes. Or sometimes you can upload, but you can't watch the game because load shedding finishes just as the game is about to finish and you've got nothing to talk about. And I'm not the type of person who sits on camera and talks about games they haven't watched. I just don't do that. I love to analyze games tactically. I love to talk about things in a very deep and reasonable manner. And in order to do that, I need to watch the game and study what happened so that I know that my opinion is solid and resolute. Anyways, let's talk about Liverpool because yesterday there were glimpses and there were moments where I thought that this is it. Liverpool are back. You got to understand, okay? I've grown up my entire life seeing Liverpool bottle league titles until this man came. When this man came and did what he did with the Champions League and the Premier League the following season, that's it. That's when I started to respect Liverpool. As a Manchester United fan, I'd never respected Liverpool because they always bottled it. I thought that I was genuinely going to go my entire life without seeing Liverpool win a title. And I thought the same thing about Arsenal, and now they're in first place. But now I have to believe in Liverpool. I have to respect Liverpool. I have to say there's always a chance and you should never write off Liverpool. And yesterday evening, they were 2-0 up within the opening 20 minutes. It looked like Liverpool had their dream start. It looked like things were starting to change. Trent and Robertson were bombing down on the wings again, giving the license to go forward and be the creative wingbacks that they were in 2019 and 2020. It looked like Mo Salah was back. It looked like Darwin Núñez was back for a brief moment, for a small smidget of that game. And then out of nowhere, Vinicius Jr. with a brilliant strike. An absolutely world-class goal. And I think that completely rocked any confidence or momentum that Liverpool have. Because from that moment on, it was downhill. For the next 70 minutes of the game, Real Madrid completely dominated. And Klopp, he's finished, man. He's finished. And look, I'm going to say something that a lot of Liverpool fans are not going to like, especially, if you are new to my channel. I think he needs to walk. I think he needs to walk. Yes, FSG are a problem. Yes, there are structural issues at Liverpool. But why is it that whenever there's structural issues at a club, you cannot hold players and managers accountable? We went through this with Manchester United. There was a period where people were saying that basically sacking Oli won't really change anything. And I was one of them. I've got to put my hand up because I'm a hypocrite. I was one of them. I said that sacking Oli won't change anything because at the end of the day, the Glazers still run the club and the middle level management from board level up until, the CEO, the director of football and the scouting recruitment department, that all needs to change before a manager can be successful. And that may be true, but there's certainly improvements and tangible things that you could be doing as a manager, even without the assistance of the board, that Klopp is not doing right now. And Klopp is not getting these players to perform at a basic level. There are fundamentals of football that have nothing to do with a high level of talent. It just has to do with applying yourself and using your technical ability as a professional footballer who earns hundreds of grands a week and is a millionaire. Right, there's things that just have nothing to do with FSG that are unfolding on the pitch for Liverpool, and I genuinely think, as a rival, it's time for Klopp to walk. Now, as a United fan, I would love Klopp to sign like a 10-year contract, and I'd love FSG to stay at Liverpool for the next 30 years. But if I'm taking off my red-tinted glasses and I'm taking off my Manchester United hat, I'm saying to myself, Klopp needs to walk. Yes, FSG needs to sell. Yes, the middle-level management needs to change. We need a new director of football. We need new recruitment, whatever. But Klopp needs to go as well. The fact that there's bigger issues at the club does not mean that Klopp is the solution. It does not mean that he is not part of the problem. That's just a personal opinion of mine. But anyways, let's talk about Carlo Ancelotti. Because this man does not get the respect he deserves. As a Manchester United fan, my default response and my default answer to the question, who is the greatest manager of all time, will always be Sir Alex Ferguson. However, I look at Carlo Ancelotti and I look at what he's done. This guy was winning trophies when I was still in my mother's womb. I am now a grown adult in 2023, and this guy is still winning trophies. In 2023, this guy, the guy who was called finished and washed at Everton, is still doing it. The only manager to win a league in all the top 5 leagues in Europe. The only manager to do that and couple it with 4 Champions Leagues. He won 2 of them at AC Milan, 2 of them at Real Madrid. And he didn't just inherit the golden generation of Real Madrid and go on to win Champions League. So you can't use that argument, because I know people use that argument to discredit Zidane. I know people use that argument to discredit Pep Guardiola. They say, oh, they just got lucky because they got the best crop of players in that generation. What about Ancelotti then? Ancelotti, 2013, 2014, wins the Champions League with Real Madrid. And it wasn't pretty either. I watched that final as a kid, and that was one of the days that made me really fall in love with football. It was an amazing game of football because for the first 90 minutes, Real Madrid just couldn't break Atletico Madrid down. Atletico Madrid went up early in the game. It was a mistake by Casillas. And then in the 94th minute, in the final minute of added time, the final kick of the game, a corner comes in. Ramos goes up to take it, gets the header, and it's in. 1-1. Real Madrid send it to added time. Extra time. Goes into extra time. Di Maria scores. Ronaldo gets a penalty. Ronaldo scores. I think Gareth Bale scored the fourth. And Atletico Madrid just capitulated. And that was the day I saw Real Madrid and I thought to myself, yeah, this is a real club. This is an elite club. This is a club that really, truly embodies the word winning culture and winning DNA. And it's in part thanks to this man. But he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. He does not get the recognition he deserves. And I don't know why. Because in 2023, he's still doing it with a completely different crop of players. You got to understand, the squad that this guy managed when he won it the last time with Real Madrid is not the same. This squad wasn't built for Ancelotti. This squad wasn't built by Ancelotti. This squad was built by many managers over the years. And yes, there's a lot of talented players, but if they don't suit your system and your profile as a manager, doesn't matter how world-class they are. They're going to fail. But somehow Ancelotti is able to adapt his principles, able to adapt his philosophy to any dressing room and bring out the best. He did it at Chelsea. He did it at AC Milan. He did it at Real Madrid twice. He to a certain extent did it at Everton. Yes, he didn't win any trophies, but Everton looked much better under Ancelotti than they do under Lampard. Hashtag just saying. Hashtag just saying, right? This guy, he just doesn't get the respect he deserves. He did it with Bayern Munich as well. So I think that Ancelotti is a brilliant manager, and I think that Real Madrid are a brilliant team. And whether or not they'll go on to win the Champions League this time around, I have no idea. But yesterday, they looked like they were in control. Yes, their defense was awful for the first, I think, half an hour. But as the game went on, I thought they grew into their confidence and they grew into the momentum of the game and they really took control. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in Anfield. And when you can hear a pin drop in Anfield on a European night, you know that something special is happening. The last time this happened was when Barcelona completed and constructed that remarkable comeback at Anfield after being 3-0 down, I believe, at home at the Camp Nou. They came to Anfield and they pulled off one of the most remarkable comebacks in football history. This comeback here is almost akin to the level of greatness that Barcelona achieved many years ago. And the funny thing is, there's still people out there who will watch yesterday's game, will watch the comeback that Barcelona completed against Liverpool. They will watch the comeback that Barcelona completed against PSG in 16. Remember when PSG went 4-0 up at the Parc de France and then Barcelona came back and made it 5-4 at the Camp Nou? They beat PSG 5-1. Actually, they beat PSG 6-1, actually. And they went through on aggregate. Remember the famous comeback of AC Milan? I mean, the famous comeback with Liverpool, actually, since we're talking about Liverpool in 06. 3-0 down at halftime. 3-3 into penalties to win the European Cup. There's so many iconic moments in this tournament, and yet people still don't want to protect that legacy. People still don't want to hold on to it. People would rather buy into this idea of the Super League. I don't get it personally. I don't get it. I'm not saying that UEFA is better than the Super League in terms of corruption and in terms of their intentions. All I'm saying is the magic and the moments, the memorable moments that this competition creates season in, season out, for me, makes it the pinnacle of club football. It is the pinnacle. And some people would argue that the Champions League is bigger than the World Cup. I personally don't hop on that bandwagon because I think the World Cup is the biggest competition in all of sport. Forget football, in all of sport. However, the Champions League is a close second. I think the Champions League trumps a lot of things. I think the Champions League trumps the Super Bowl. I do. I just do. Right? It's trumps so many things. And I think this competition is sacred. It's majestic. It is part and intrinsically linked to football, and we must do everything in our power to protect it. We must do everything in our power to cherish the historic moments, whether it's your club or another club, because I'm a football fan first. I love Manchester United, but I'm a Manchester United fan second. I'm a football fan first. That's why I can make these videos where I appreciate and compliment other teams. And I know a lot of Manchester United fans don't like that. They don't like me saying that I respect Manchester City and the way they play. I respect Liverpool and what is achieved at Liverpool, what Klopp has achieved at Liverpool. They don't like me saying those types of things, but I can say that because I'm a fan of football. I appreciate football. I cannot look at a team and say, yeah, they're not that good just because I don't like them. No, if they win a trophy and I think they genuinely deserve to win it, I'm going to praise it and I'm going to be in awe of it. And I'm going to say, wow, what an amazing achievement. And that's what the Champions League has done for this beautiful sport. It's given us an opportunity to watch these great teams, these giants, these titans battle it out season in, season out. And yet there's people who want to turn their back on that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, it's been your boy Triple M. Peace out.